Hello everyone and welcome to Games, Comics and Crafts.
In this video, I'm looking at Daredevil and the Punisher, The Devil's Trigger, Issue 1. Okay, so um, I don't buy much Marvel recently. In the last few months, very rare I pick anything up. Unfortunately, I've been disappointed by quite a lot of it in the past. But as a classic Daredevil fan, I would say is probably the best way to describe it. The John Romita Jr. run and a few others as well. Kind of Quesada did a bit. Quesada's artwork on that the costume design that was really good, where you had the kind of like the boots being a different red, so they didn't have the heavy blacks that the other costume did because they were reflective. Loved that artwork, very cool. Um, but the armor Daredevil, yeah, not my cup of tea, and I haven't really been keeping up with Daredevil after that. Really, people say it's good, but yeah, kind of left it. Um, but the idea of a Daredevil Punisher team up was just too good to give it a try. And funnily enough, I actually really did enjoy this one. So it makes me wonder now if there's other good Daredevil stuff out there. But this was really cool. So we'll start off with Daredevil being tied in a room. And it turns out that the Punisher tied him in a room. And he kind of they flash back to this meeting with this mafia guy, the Noki family, or well, crime family anyway. And the crime family basically says, okay, Punisher's out there. Punisher's killing everyone that's involved this crime family. Um, he's also possibly been targeting anyone that's been associated with him. So you better watch your back because he could be coming down to kind of do you in as well. And Daredevil was like, yeah, don't worry about me. I've got my own way of protecting myself, and it's fine. Okay, yeah, just want to let you know. Off you go. So it turns out there's been a couple of brothers that have been killed by the Punisher in the last couple of weeks, and there's one brother left. So Devil goes off to try and see if he can find him, and he tracks him down pretty quickly as well, and basically explains to him, "Okay, you're being ridiculous. If I can find you, the Punisher can find you. You need to get out of town or find another safe house and make sure you turn up at your court date that I'm representing you on." Of course, he doesn't say that to him, but the court date that the Murdoch is representing you on, because if you don't, um, Punisher's going to do you in, and apparently the crime possibly that he's been accused of, he didn't actually do anyway. So there was, but he's obviously a crime boss or crime, associate in the past. Anyway, so back at court, Daredevil recognises that Frank Castle is in there, the Punisher, and Frank wanders off halfway through before anything goes on. And so he kind of takes that as a hint. So off he goes. Daredevil goes and tries to find him on the rooftop, and lo and behold, he does. He finds him on the rooftop. He's set up there to basically snipe this guy as he comes out of the courthouse. So they have a bit of rough and tumble, which again reminds me of the classic Daredevil Punisher face-offs. The one that I remember most is the one that adds the Silverstreet artwork, I think it was, for the Punisher, and then they did the Daredevil side as well, and the Punisher, and like yeah, that's my first thing of Daredevil Punisher I absolutely adored. Um, anyway, Punisher wins because Punisher's got this little sonic box that drives him nuts, so he can't use his kind of radar power, and basically says to him, "Okay, right, I'm going to shoot this guy with this sniper rifle, but I've given you a gun. You've got to shoot me and kill me. That's the only way you're going to stop me doing it. You ain't going to talk me down. You're not going to persuade me otherwise. You've got to finish me off before I kill this guy. That's the only way going to work." So Daredevil goes for a bit of a quandary for quite some time, pulls the trigger to try and blast the Punisher, and it's got no firing pin in it. So the Punisher ends up taking out the crime boss, and basically says, "Okay, right. When you wake up, there's going to be no chains, but I'm going to be gone." So he duffs him in, and lo and behold, he wakes up exactly as we see at the beginning of the issue. And it turns out that the room that he's been placed upon is going to be a meeting room for these other crime families in New York that have basically realised that there's now a vacuum and they're going to take over. And unfortunately, there's a bit of a disagreement, and one of the guys laughs at the lass that's there, and she murders him, and says to the other two, "Okay, well, let's go. This, we've got to go and do something about this now. We've got to go and move in and take over." And of course, Daredevil overhears all that, manages to free himself, comes out into the thing and says, okay, right, Frank Castle's basically trying to prove to me that the justice system is completely pointless. The only way to take these criminals out is to finish them off. Therefore, you know, do it my way, or step out the way and let me just get on with it, kind of thing. And so Daredevil was kind of like, okay, right, I need to kind of stop this crime stuff happening, because obviously they're going to be a massive war on the streets, and also stop the Punisher from doing his thing as well. So yeah, that's kind of the story, and I thought it was really, really good. The setup's very, very cool. I love this grounded New York City street crime era of Daredevil and Punisher and all this kind of stuff. Um, I know Daredevil did mess with Mephisto during the JRJR run, but that was cool, and Inhumans and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, street level Daredevil was easily my favorite type of Daredevil. Um, so yeah, so I will be sticking with this for. I mean, that artwork's really nice as well. I'll be sticking with this at least for the foreseeable future. I'm not even sure how many issues this is. Um, but yeah, more than happy to read this for a little while longer until until it either falls apart completely, which I don't think it's going to do. I think it's pretty cool. Or to the end. So yeah, very, very good. So pleasantly surprised by a Marvel comic, which I think is a good sign. So yeah, maybe there's more out there that I should be looking into. We'll see. Anyway, that's about what I can say about this for now. So thanks for listening, and hopefully I will see you on another video very, very soon. Bye bye.